Dear viewers and subscribers, welcome again to our YouTube channel Max the Service. Please subscribe and press the bell icon to receive all notifications regarding any video we are uploading on this channel. So, guys, in this tutorial, we will cover most of the GitHub related things. First, we will discuss what is version control, and then we will discuss some basic terms apart from advanced terms used in Git and GitHub. And also, we will look into few commands how to install Git on different operating system like Windows, Linux, and Mac. And also we will try to cover setting up Git on system. First we have to understand what is version control. Version control system are tools that manage changes made to files and directories in a project. They allow you to keep track of what you did when, undo any changes you decide you don't want, and collaborate at scale with others. This video actually focuses on one of the most popular ones, which is Git. Regarding version control system, we are using GitHub, and let me show you how GitHubs are working, and also I show you as we read in the definition that how the changes are being done and monitored, and if we revert the changes, how we can do this. We will be doing everything later on, but right now I'm going to show you version control, which is GitHub, and uh, where the files and repositories exist. So I'm trying to log in, and it is asking me for authentication. Let me authenticate with the authenticator, and let me provide code. Okay, now I'm logged in, and guys, you can see here is my project, my plus, and here you can see that whatever changes I have done, how many commits I have committed, how many times I committed the codes, and everything I can see, uh, because we don't want to go on the UI and see whatever which file has been changed, who changed the file. It will also showing everything in the history, and we can also clone and create branch. Everything we can do here as well, and we can also see how many branches are there, and we can also see from here that who created the repository, who is the owner of repository. So everything will be done. So just I was trying to show you how the GitHub is, how the GitHub looks, and what how the files and folders are there. Okay, here is folder. I can track from here as well, and we will be using every command how to use practically as well. So let back to the some further explanation with some terms and regular setup of Git, how you will be setting up Git, how the main terms we use in GitHub. So everything, let me explain you furthermore. Throughout this tutorial, you will find some specific Git terms. Here a rundown of all the terms you may encounter. Let me explain you one by one. You will be encounter local repo. Okay, local repo mean it is on the on your local machine. Okay, like let's suppose you have your repository test and you have some code with it, so it will be your local repo. Like if I open VS Code, and let me open the project we have recently created in the last demo, which was Hello World. So the project where it is placed, it is actually local repo. Okay, let me also show you the folder where it is exist. uh, Let me how to do this. Copy path, rename, select, compare, debug, open in File Explorer. Here you can see we have downloads and demo. This means our local repo. Remote repository. What is remote repository? So here is your remote repository. This is your remote repository. I will sync that local demo repo with this my remote GitHub repository. Here you can see we have number of repositories, but these are remote. Whatever we do some kind of development, we make changes, anything we do on the local, then we commit all those changes to our remote, so that anyone else, any other developers, any other one from team can review, can do some code review, can again clone and start their own development. Next term you will be hearing in this video or in coming videos, cloning. So what is cloning? Cloning mean when you want to uh, copy this main project on your local repo. That's mean cloning. Let's suppose you joined another company, a new company, and you are assigned to start working with already developed is going on some projects, and you become the part of that team, that then you will clone first. You will just make cloning we can do with the http and ssh as well, which is secure way, and it is a pretty simple forward way. You can also download the zip, but if you do with this method, then you have to uh, uh, sync your local repo with this remote repo. What is that command? I will show you in coming video or in this video. Let's see. Okay, another is commit. It's mean you can see here these are 91 commits. So whenever you do some changes in your local repo, and there would be a command to commit. It's mean you are going to sync your changes, you are going to upload your local changes to remote repository, so that other one can uh, again pull, push, and do other changes. Another term you will be using branch. Uh, a copy of the project used for working in a isolated environment without affecting the main project. It's mean if you are going to do some work and you let's suppose there let me show you how the branches works. Here you can see we are in master branch, but definitely there would be different branches of this main branch. How these branches are works, actually when you start development with different teams, you can create branch with your module wise, with your requirement wise. Later on you can merge your work as a branch with the main branch, and then you start building and building that main branch for to make available for testing for QA, and then that may would be available for further production environment. So this is the purpose of branch. Next, you will be able to here git merge process. It is actually process of combining two branch together, as we discussed that when you have number of branches and you want to merge your changes into one main branch, then it will be git merge. It's mean different branches are going to be merged so that build can be created, tested, and available for customer or anyone to start working with. Okay, then we have some more advanced definitions like get ignore. Why we use get ignore? It is actually a file that lists all files you want get not to track. Why we do this? Actually, we do this. Okay, there are a number of files. We don't need to track anyone if because some files configuration type files. If you have a Windows operating system, you might have your own configuration file. You have if you are working on Linux based system or Mac based system, that would be your choice. Your depends on your operating system configuration will be relevant to that your machine. So you don't want to track them, you don't want to commit or roll back them because uh, those changes are relevant to your machine. Okay, and some files you have for your own testing and then you don't want to make any changes. Let me show you how these how what let me show you what are those files. Like I have get ignore, and here you can see I have number of files, number of folders I have included here, so that these like settings, project, class path, or these are relevant to my local machine, and these should not be uh, available for if I'm going to commit all the project, these files should not be committed. These all these will be ignored. Next is staging area. What is staging area? Actually, staging area is a cache that holds changes you want to commit next. Okay, actually, let's say it's between your remote actual main branch and your local repo. Git bash. It's a very, very important and very, very helpful term we will be using. It's another type of cache that holds unwanted changes you may want to come back later. Let's suppose you are you have doing a lot of changes in your code. I mean in any files, and you want to stash those changes so that your project manager or your team lead ask you, okay, uh, let's revert your changes and start with version number dash dash dash. Okay, so definitely you don't want to revert your work, right? And quickly you have to copy your files and just save in your local directory, and then so that you can again later on once you commit your all changes, test and commit, then you will be again copy all those files, all those number of lines you have you have developed, you have done your work again into your into code. Okay, let's suppose I have write this line. Okay, and suddenly I received instruction, okay, revert your changes and quickly uh, start your build and make it available for QA. So definitely you will delete this code, or you will copy this code into another notepad after building and making available after committing all your code. Then you will again copy from notepad and you will make it available for further development. So to avoid all this ambiguity, to cover all this problem, we have git stash. Just you can stash your changes, and that is another cache where no one can see. Git don't change into stash, not available for any commit or rollback. So once you done your work, then you can pop those changes from stash and start working as it was. Okay, next is commit ID or hash, a unique identifier for each commit used for switching to different save points. It's mean you can use your commit ID or hash generated by GitHub or any other hosting tool like GitLab, Bitbucket, whatever you are using. So you can use hash or commit ID for identifying your changes, and you can use for switching to different save points. Okay, but this is very tricky, and you have to take care which id you have chosen to moving on, so that you are let's suppose you are on number 10th and you are going to switch to number 2, then be careful that all those rest of 8 ids should be available. There are number of commands we will use in this tutorial. Another is head, always capitalized letter. How to use this head command? It is saying that we just will be writing with capitalized. It is a reference name of the latest commit to save you having to type commit IDs. If you want to just move to a latest commit, then you can use head. You don't need to remember or write commit ID. Syntax, whatever syntax is, we will be using in our next session, or maybe in this session. Let's see. Installation of Git in your machine, in your laptop or whatever system you're using. It's a few steps. It's not a difficult. Simply on Mac or any other operating system, just you can use installer, and for Mac you can just execute command brew install git. On Linux you can install sudo apt get install git. Remember that I would recommend not to use sudo, because it's a root level permission when you start sudo. Any configuration, any changes with your Git will be uh, impacted on all users using this Git. So next is on Windows. You can just download the latest Git for Windows installer, follow the prompts. I mean, it's a dialog box, just next, next, next. And then you can, after to verify that Git is installed, just you can use command git dash dash version. If it is showing your version, then it's mean it is installed on your system. Okay, guys, if you're working in a team or a single repo, it is important for others to know who made certain changes to the code. So Git allows you to set user credentials such as name, email. So in next video, we will be setting our system. We will be configuring username, email, everything with Git setup, and we will start properly working with commands. So I would request you to subscribe my channel if you have not. Otherwise, don't forget to like and share in your circle, and also provide your feedback so that we can improve on the basis of your feedback if we really need those improvements, or you can also suggest some correction if you find in this channel, in these videos. So thank you. Please don't forget subscribing, liking and commenting. Thank you.